Hello and welcome to a new Vanguard Zero video. So it's finally almost here. I can almost taste it. And yeah, Asia Circuit's almost here, and with that we got a slew of updates, just a lot of them, varying in importance. Some of them are big, some of them are small. Some of them are ones we've known about months and months in advance. Some of them are changes that we weren't expecting. And today, the plan, the idea is just go through all this news, kind of give a big recap of everything that you need to know going into the Asia Circuit set, and give my opinions of the updates. And for anyone interested in the Asia Circuit set, I assume you are if you're watching this video, I will be doing a big 150 pack opening tomorrow, the day the set drops. So keep an eye out for that if you want to see someone open some Asia Circuit packs. So without further ado, let's get into the lots and lots of different information that we got. So first of all, we get the Asia Circuit Gancho. Now this is something we've known about for a very long time, but I'm going to kind of just go through it anyway. So following maintenance on the July 1st, Wednesday, the Asia Circuit Gancho will be added to the Gacha selection, and the new clans Gold Paladin, Narukami, Angel Feather, and Great Nature will finally be featured in Vanguard Zero. Popular cards such as Blonde Ezel and Vermilion are joining the fight. Once more, the ability Limit Break will be added to Vanguard Zero. You can use powerful abilities when you have 4 or more cards in the damage zone. Push yourself past the limit and show your opponents what you're made of. So yeah, pretty basic stuff. We already knew about this, right? Let's be real. Every single person playing this game already knew this was happening, whether that be from the Japanese version, having this months and months in advance, whether that be just everyone talking about it, or whether that be the newsletter, or even just, being able to guess from being familiar with the card game and anime, right? Like, everyone knew about this. It's exciting, but we've kind of already been through it, right? What's more interesting, and this is something we already knew about, but I guess less people knew about, is this. So the gacha is being changed. So here is the important part. Not only is the Asia Circuit gacha being added, but the existing Fighters gacha is getting an overhaul. The Fighters gacha will be split into 2 gacha, Team Q4 and Rivals, and each gacha will only drop cards from its featured clans. The important part of that is the only part. That means that now, finally, we are getting actually split banners. What does that mean? Well, let's say there's a Shadow Paladin Raya banner, right? Which actually happened fairly recently. You open that in hopes to get, some Shadow Paladin cards, but you actually pull nothing but other clans. This doesn't sound possible, but it is, because the way before this point the Busher had been handling it is that they upped the percentage chances of you getting Shadow Paladin, but that's it. They didn't actually lower your percentage chances of getting any other clan. Up until this point, every single banner in this game, pretty much, other than the event ones, I guess, gave you a chance of getting almost every non-event card in the game. You could open literally any banner and get almost any card, which is ridiculous, because that makes your chances of getting what you actually want so much lower. Now, of course, they tried, heightening the chances of you getting the cards you wanted that are associated with the banner, but heightening the chances is not the same as guaranteeing you that you will get cards from that banner. And so I've seen many a pack opening where people have opened packs going, oh, I'm doing the Shadow Paladin Ray-Up, for example, because I want Shadow Paladin cards, and actually not really pulling many Shadow Paladin cards. Well, now you're guaranteed. Now you know for certain which clans will be in which banner, and it's not going to be all of them from now on. It's only going to be a few. So we're going to have 3 main banners starting tomorrow. The first banner will be Team Q4, which will feature Rob Howling, Oracle Think Tank, Kagero, Nova Grappler. The next one will be Rivals, which will feature basically everything else. Shadow Paladin, Dimension Police, Dark Regulars, Pale Moon, and of course the third one will be the Asia Circuit one. So 3 major banners from this point onwards. So there's that. Still always, before you open packs, double check the banner rates and everything. There's a button that says rates on the gacha page. Still double check that, see what your percentage chances are of getting the card you want before you open packs, just because it's common sense, but luckily we shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. And Japan had that around about the time the Asia Circuit update happened, and so now we're also getting it at the same time too. Finally, I do question why it took us this long to get this. I was assuming that we'd be getting this from the very beginning, but I guess Bushiroad hates us. So now we get a maintenance notice. The maintenance notice tells us some stuff, like we will now be able to link our data to our Google account, which I will not be doing because as someone who runs a YouTube channel and YouTube is linked to Google, I don't trust Google. I'm sticking with having it connected to my Twitter, thanks. But you know, that's an option for people who do trust Google, I guess. And event data, and Gancho data, story data. So we are indeed getting more story missions. We're getting a sizable chunk of the Asia Circuit story, so that's cool. Very, very important piece of advice here. When you do stories and rank up your level, right? That resets your stamina. So if you're at 0 stamina and then you finish doing one of the rank up missions and rank up to from level 30, let's say, to 31, that will reset your stamina back to the maximum again. Use that to your advantage. Plan out when you do story missions and stuff so that you can maximize the amount of stamina you get. Do not grade your level up when you already have a lot of stamina, basically. Make sure to spend those on character fights, because character fights are your best way of getting crafting materials, and crafting materials are your best way of guaranteeing a card you want. So really, 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 maybe that will deserve its own video at some point, but take advantage of that. Do that, okay? Extended availability period for certain time limited missions, and a rental card. So rental cards, I don't know what the deal with them is, but as far as I'm aware, I guess we'll find out tomorrow when this is added. As far as I'm aware, you use crafting materials, just the common crafting materials, to rent cards for a season, which is interesting. I guess it makes it easier to build and kind of rent a deck. I'm not sure how interested in that I am. I feel like if I was going to play a deck, I'd want to keep it. But I guess we'll just have to see how it's implemented, which it will be tomorrow, so not much waiting, right? I guess it's a cool way of still being able to play an incompleted deck on ranked. So it's like, say for example, I'm trying to build an Angel Feather deck. If I can't get all the pulls I need day one, I can just rent the cards I don't need. I still need even. Maybe that's how it works, and then I can still use the completed deck even whilst I'm still waiting to actually get the cards I need for good permanently. It's an interesting, it's definitely an interesting kind of new thing to add to the game for sure. And I'm interested to see how it's implemented, but we'll see. Adjusted VP rewards, don't worry, we've already talked about the VP rewards. Made adjustment to cards, bug fixes. So yeah, fairly basic stuff there. That's our most mundane of the updates. Next we have the Asia Circuit chapter begins. This will probably be the story stuff, right? So following maintenance, Asia Circuit chapter will finally unfold. New story content and new cards will continue to be released from the next chapter in Aichi's adventure. Don't miss out on new exciting fights and ever more formidable opponents promoting Aichi and his friends. Chapters 20 to 25 will be added to the story, and story content will now require 0 stamina. Thank God. That was always only a minor annoyance, but it was an annoyance nonetheless. And the big thing this fixes are the hard story. I imagine a lot of people didn't even realize this existed, but once you are done with a story chapter, you can go back and do a hard mode version of it, which is a lot more difficult and still gives you some minor rewards. Nothing too amazing, but they do still give you rewards. And up until this point, there's been absolutely no reason to do it because they costed stamina to do. And I would rather just use those stamina to do character fights and get the exact materials I need. Now there's actually a reason to do hard mode. So, cool. And now we'll be up to 50 grade. And our stamina will be going from 110 to 120. Great. Remember, whenever you grade up, make sure to spend your stamina first because your stamina will pop back up again once you grade up. So, make sure to do that. Bring your best to the exhilarating Asia Circuit chapter in Vanguard Zero as a new story mode, accompanying the change from 0 to 10. The story content VP required from story fights will also be 0. Okay, that's fair enough. It's not like you got much VP from story mode stuff anyway. You got like such a small amount that it wasn't even noticeable. Let's do the skins next, because the other one I want to kind of end on. So this will be a fairly small thing, just, you know, more skins that you get with the V medals. This will probably be the season I thought that I start actually spending my V medals. I haven't spent any yet. Basically, the deal with the V medals is you get one V medal every time you open one pack. So you will have the amount of V medals you have equal to the amount of packs you've opened, assuming you haven't spent any. And you can use those to get specific cards you need or skins. So the new skins that will be added will be the Narakami Mula in a new outfit, and also a casual Korin skin that you can use with Angel Feather, as well as an Angel Feather Suiko skin. So I will probably be getting the Suiko skin myself, maybe, we'll see, but that's the one I'm most interested in at the moment. I don't know why my scroll wheel is acting up right now. And the exchange period is until the July 31st, and each of these will cost 200 Vanguard medals each. So that's them. So now the big one. The big one is the ranked season. And the ranked season is a big one because in Japan, we got Alice next. Nightmare Doll Alice. She's a Pale Moon triple rare unit. And the reason this is important is for a lot of reasons. So in Japan, we were getting Alice. And the reason this is important is because, one, we're getting Lucia soon. And Lucia is a card that definitely makes Pale Moon a lot more appealing and viable to a lot of players. And so being able to get Alice beforehand from ranked fights rather than opening packs basically almost guaranteed that a lot of people are going to be playing Pale Moon, which is good because Pale Moon is very underrepresented in this game right now. It's one of the least played clans. Now, the problem with this is it's going to make Pale Moon a lot less played and a lot more difficult to play because it's going to be more difficult to, well, yeah, get Alice. Assuming we're not coming back to her, I heard someone mention that maybe they might come back to her after they've skipped her. I don't see why they do that. The reason they're skipping ranked reward seasons is because they want to catch up with the Japanese version. That's no secret. We've already been combining sets in the past and everything, so it's obvious that their game plan here is to just skip or combine stuff so that we can catch up with JP. Is it unfair that they're skipping stuff for us? Definitely. Yeah, in fact, I was going to go ahead and defend them there, but I'm like, no, they don't deserve defending there. That's really bad that we're missing out on stuff. Yeah, I really wanted the Alice reward season. That's a shame. And from the looks of things, this also means we're going to be missing the Trumpeter reward season too, which is interesting. Assuming that all the stuff we've currently skipped isn't coming back, maybe it will, but I don't see why they would. I think they're skipping stuff so that we catch up faster, which, if that's the case, that means the season after Asia Circuit will be combined. Like, that's basically confirmed now. Unless it isn't, Bushiroad aren't exactly the most predictable company in the world. So, okay, we're getting Ezel next season instead. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of things because, basically, this is the first time that such a desirable card has been the ranked reward. Usually, a card becomes the ranked reward a little bit after it's brand new. You know, like, the ranked reward will be, like, a card that's still good, but, you know, it's a little older, or it's a little less desirable now than it used to be. Basically, the reason they do this is so that people who really, really want the card aren't going to wait for it to become a ranked reward. They're instead going to open it from packs first, or craft it, or whatever, and then double dip when the ranked reward comes because of the new artwork and everything. But this time, Ezel is being added to the seasonal thing, and Ezel is one of, if not the most desirable card of the upcoming set. He will be a ranked reward on the day he's added to the new set in the game, which is crazy because what they've effectively done is, like, de-incentivizes pack openings. You have less of a reason to open packs. Now, of course, everyone's going to open packs anyway because, let's be real, new set, they're going to open packs. But now you don't have to open packs. to get the most desirable card from the set. Overall, of course, you know, it might not be your most desirable card, but I'm willing to bet that overall it's the most desirable card, which means that if you're patient enough and if you are certain you can get to those high ranks, Ezel's guaranteed. You don't need to craft or open packs for him, which is crazy. That's weird. Now, why are they doing this? Why are they pushing Ezel forward and basically stopping you from opening packs? Now, of course, not entirely, but, you know, there's less of a reason now. The reason for this is because of the new VP changes. That's genuinely what I think. I think they knew the new VP changes and the new changes to ranked and everything were going to be controversial, and tomorrow's the day they get fully implemented. This is their way of getting people to still keep playing ranked anyway, and this is clever, because it will. I wasn't going to go as hard on the Alice or Trumpeter seasons. I still wanted them to happen, but I just wasn't going to go as hard on them as I have in previous seasons. This one, however, I want all 4 copies. Will I be able to get all 4 copies? How realistic is that dream? I don't know. I'm not sure it's realistic at all, but I want it, and that means I'm going to be playing the game a lot, constantly next season. Because there's a lot to do next season. I don't know if you didn't notice, but there's a lot of stuff being added tomorrow. That's kind of what the point of this video was. And so on top of all that, I'm also now trying to reach rank 50 to get Ezel. Rank 50 in a season that's going to have less VP farmers than we've ever had before, I assume. We'll see. Maybe the VP farmers just won't stop at all and just keep stubbornly going on anyway. I guess we'll find out, right? But yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to leave it there. For now. Just because, yeah. So I want to know what you think about all these changes. And, you know, all that other stuff. Yeah, my mind's kind of going blank. I just woke up, sorry. Oh god. But basically, yeah. I guess I'll see you later tomorrow onwards with the new season and the new set and all of the new stuff that comes along with that. And yeah, I'll see you later with some more Vanguard Zero video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, I will have that pack opening video coming very, very soon. As soon as I can. So keep an eye out for that if you want it. So yeah, see you later with some more Vanguard Zero.